Hey everybody.
Hi there.
Deb and I were just sitting here enjoying this beautiful view.
We have a gorgeous view right here.
Yeah, finally have a pretty day here, don't we?
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it's been something else.
Yeah. But anyway, while I was sitting here, I was looking at that tire right there, and it appears to be a little low on pressure. It just looks a little low to me. I just get to a point where I can kind of tell. Yeah. So I think maybe we ought to check the air in that tire right quick. What do you think?
Okay.
All right. Let's check the air in the tire right quick. All right. Now, I normally carry 80 pounds in this tire. Let's see what we got. Let's do it again. It's kind of hard to tell. This is an older gauge, but it appears that we have, there's the 80 mark right there, and it appears that we had around 68 pounds of air in it is what we had. So I guess we better put some air in it, don't you think?
Sounds like it.
All right. All right, let's get this hooked up over here. All right, let's do a test on it here just to make sure it comes on. And it does. Ain't nothing like that. All right, I managed to let some air out of it while I was putting that on there. Show them what the gauge says. A little over, it's showing, oh, probably about 55 pounds. Okay. Oh, I need to start it. Listen at that Chevy engine purr. I just had to throw that in there. All right, let's go over here and see what's happening. Zoom in on that dial there. Oh, you can see it climbing. Probably should have been timing this, huh?
Yeah, probably should have. I guess the timestamp will be on the video.
Well, yes and no.
Ah.
Well, yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Because this is real time.
I'll be able to figure it out. And that. All right, so far we went, in this short period of time, we went roughly from around 55 to 60 pounds to 75.
How much do you carry in these tires?
80. And I'm going to say that 80 is going to be pretty close to that second mark after the 75. We'll double check that here in a minute and see. Could be 80 right there, but we'll let it go ahead and get to the next mark, and I can always let a little bit of air out if I need to. And it just keeps on climbing. Over there and shut it off, and we'll pop this loose and see what we got. Here it is. Whoa! I must have misread that gauge. It's all the way up to 90.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. That's all right. We can let her down. Okay, I'm going to call that good. That's real close to 80 right there. All righty. All right, everybody, this is the Gobege compressor, or tire inflator, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's pretty cool. A friend of mine ended up with one of these, and when I saw how cool it worked, I just had to have one. So we ended up reaching out to Gobege, and we got one too. And I was really impressed with how fast it can pump up a tire and how easy it is to hook up. Now, we'll go through a few features with you about this particular unit. This is the unit right here, of course. It's rated up to a maximum pressure of 150 psi. It's got a filter right here on top. This is where your air filter is for your cylinder here in the air intake. And it's rated where it draws 45 amps. Now, that seems like quite a bit to me, mainly because this cable doesn't look to be all that heavy. It's maybe number 10, and I may be a little off on that. Of course, number 10 is good for around 30 amps or so. Now, another friend of mine, we were playing with it one day, and we were able to hook it up to his battery bank on his cargo trailer conversion. His is a 12-volt system, ours is a 24. And of course, this runs off of 12 volts. And I'm sure you're picking up noise of me doing that, aren't you?
Probably.
Anyway, but his is a 12-volt system, so we were able to plug the alligator clips onto the positive and negative terminals on the shunt, and we made sure that nothing else was on in the trailer, so we'd be getting a pure reading. And near as we could determine when we were pumping up a tire, it was around 36 amps or so. You know, now don't hold me to that. It is rated at 45 amps, so that's what we need to, that's what we need to keep into consideration. So anyway, that's the only thing that kind of concerns me. Although the cable really never got hot on us or anything. So, we'll just see how it goes on that. Now, this, I didn't really get a length measurement on that, but you saw it was ample enough for me to get around. Now, the hose itself, the air hose that comes with it, is around 26 feet long. Now, this little gizmo here screws in to this. And you saw when I was hooking it up to the tire that I had a little difficulty. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of practice doing it yet, but when I was slipping this over the valve stem on the tire, I lost a little bit of air until I could clamp that down. If you so desire, it appears to me that you could probably just go ahead and just screw this right on before you turn the pump on, right here, because it looks to be the same size. This right here screws on right here. So it's possible that you might be able to go ahead, and I think I've seen earlier versions of this where that's exactly what they did. They simply just, this didn't come with that, and they simply screwed it right on there. Now, your connection here goes, of course, right here, and it works real nice and smooth, real nice and smooth. But you know, while I was playing with this and I was looking at this, we have a 6-gallon pancake compressor that I normally use, and I got to thinking there ought to be some way that I can use my regular hose like this, you know, that I use on my 6-gallon pancake compressor. But of course, a compressor, a standard pancake compressor, or any kind of compressor like that, is arranged different. Instead of having the male end that you connect to, you have the female end, and you connect the male end of this to it. So I got to thinking, what if I made me an adapter like this? So we experimented with it. Bang, bang, bang. And yeah, sure enough, I was able to, I'm going to have to do this right-handed. I was able to plug that right in, just like that. Let's set this over here. And then I can plug this in to this end. And now I can use this, which, you know, I use this a lot when I'm always running my tires to double check them before we go on a run somewhere. And I experimented with it, and it worked just fine. Now, if a guy wanted to, he could just buy one of these hoses, a regular 25, 26 foot regular compressor hose, and go ahead where the male end is on it, go ahead and take it off and put a female end on it, where you'd have 2 female ends, and then you could easily use it with this. But just so I had some versatility, I went ahead and made this little adapter. So, you know, what I would probably do, this gauge is much more accurate. At least I know it's accurate, let me put it that way. And this thing is real easy to use. So, you know, most likely I would probably try that, you know, most of the time. However, this thing is a powerhouse. I mean, it flat pumps the air. You know, it'll air up a tire pretty quick. So anyway, we highly recommend that you consider one of these. I hate that when that does that. We highly recommend that you consider one of these, and we'll post a link, an Amazon link, so you can go in and take a look at it. But the other friend that has one of these, he's very, very impressed with it. He uses it all the time, and he just loves it. And he's had it a whole lot longer than we've had this one. So right now, so far, we highly recommend it. Now, I do have an idea for something a little bit later. What I'm considering doing, just so I'd be able to reach all the trailer tires too, if I wanted to use this to air up trailer tires, if I had an issue while I was out on the road. I'm thinking about maybe installing a chassis mount Anderson connector towards the rear of the van somewhere on one of the corners of the van, and then maybe cutting this wire back and putting a Anderson connector on the end of this, so that I could just simply plug this straight into an Anderson connector towards the rear of the van, you know, and of course I'd have to run some heavy gauge wire, and I'd probably run a minimum of a number 8, probably even bigger than that, from the battery, you know, to the back of the van. I just have to see what's involved in getting the cables back there, and I want to make sure that I run heavy enough cables so I wouldn't, you know, have a lot of voltage and amperage drop along the way. So that would make it more convenient for me to use it in more than just one way. So anyway, those are the things that I'm considering, and if we do something like that, we'll show it to you, and I'll show you how it worked out. But as of now, I am very, very impressed with this product. I highly recommend it. And, you know, go check it out. And we will post the link in the description on the video and in a pinned comment, which will be the very first comment you see in the comment thread. And all you got to do is just tap on it right there and go straight to the link and go in there and take a look at it. All right, I guess that's it. What do you think, dear?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's the first time you've handled the camera for me.
Yeah,
this
well,
much.
it's starting to shake.
Okay. Anyway, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. And just look at that view. Isn't that a beautiful view? Huh?
It is gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous view.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yeah, turn around here. This is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures, and you know exactly what we're going to say. Right?
Yeah,
We're not camping.
we are living.
Y'all get out there, do some living, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.